Hello again and welcome to Jay's shed, or the shed as you call it, and I would like just to show you the how far the restoration on a G.E.C. Z9530 30 street light head is going on these ones. These are really nice, easy restoration if you're starting off first time doing restorations. They're not a great deal of labour involved in these, and they can be quite fun to actually put back together, and you can make them look quite nice as well. You can customise them to your own specification. Okay, so this is the G.E.C. These ones will always have, this is the short canopy one, so these will always have G.E.C. actually embossed on the top of the canopy there. Some of these, the earlier ones, are made from aluminium metals. This one is a fiberglass, and always have gloves on when you deal with these fiberglass ones. Because of the age, these come from the 1980s, and because of the age, you will get fibres that actually leave the canopy and get in your hands and just get itchy all over the place, so always have gloves. This one I prefer to paint 3 coats of brush paint on it. You can spray them, but I think for these particular ones, brush is better. Then you can just spray a lacquer over the top just to seal in, but this is pretty much seals in all around. The short one, this is a 35 watt lantern, and this takes a 35 watt sodium lamp. The SOX one, low pressure sodiums. You'll find that the shorter canopy ones are always branded G.E.C, and the longer ones, which take the 55 watt sodium lamp, will be either, can also be branded G.E.C, but also branded Siemens and so on. But a good little lamp to start with. This is the underside belly of it. It's a little bit mucky in there because I've started to do this one and it's been left outside for the last 3 months. But classic G.E.C clip there to hold the bowl on. We'll have a look at the bowl in a sec. You go there, then you've got the grub screws there that hold it onto the actual bracket. Now these can be quite a nuisance because these really can get stuck at times. These ones I think are quite stuck there, so these probably need drilling out and resetting, or doing something with them. I'm not quite sure yet. Because it's fiberglass, it might be a bit difficult to heat them up. But maybe loads and loads of penetrating will do the job on that. And of course we've got to put the new, well, I use draft excluder for this, the new sealing around here for the, see it there? Yeah, around here for the bowl to go on. And of course there's your photo cell, etc, etc. Let's put that aside. And the bowl, this is an original bowl. This is, you can get vacuum formed bowls for these. Bit difficult to get hold of, but they pop up on eBay or on some selling sites. But very difficult to get a pristine one. I've got 3 of these in stock, 3 different ones. This is probably the best one. You can see the yellow in, but then again it's age, it's the patina of it, it's going to be like that. The only one I did have was one that lived in a tree, was in a tree for ages, so the sunlight didn't get to it, and of course the light didn't, the UV light, and of course sodium doesn't give a lot of UV light, in fact any UV light, so it was a nice clear one. But there we go, this is the way this one goes on. There is the groove there is where that goes, where this little bit of the fixing there, see that little bar goes in that groove. The longer ones use like a external bracket underneath the canopy to hook on, but that's another story for another day. So there we go, so these are the bulbs, they go on there. Okay, so we're dealt with that. Inside of these G.E.Cs you have this mounting, call it mounting stage I suppose. This goes in the front, and the tubes always, although I have seen them the other way round in the geared version, but normally with the tube going forward, but normally the tubes on these things go backwards. I always like to replace a lamp holder if I can, because some of the older lamp holders, they arc and they burn on the base of the lamp, which I've seen doing. And always worth looking right inside and just playing around with the springs in there. Put some electrical contactor in there, basically just clean up, which I've done this one. This particular lamp holder isn't too bad. And another thing with these G.E.Cs, you see on the corner here this brass, I don't know what you call it. It's actually a little brass socket for the screw to go in. That should be in the actual canopy, but these do fall out. Common problems with the G.E.C lamps. These do come away, so the tube drops down. I think I've done a video on one similar, one that I got in my collection that had done this, but this used to happen a lot with these G.E.Cs. This would come out. So basically a bit of super glue, try and get that back in there, and that's what the mounting screw there goes into. You see the mounting screw there, it goes into there. Basically you've got your earth, obviously you've got your earth terminal on the back here, but these are pretty easy to put together. I've renewed some of the little washers there, as you can see, the screws there, put a new cable in the back. Doesn't really matter what colour cable you use because it's only for the lamp holder. That's one. I also, as you know, always replace the NEMA cell. So we've got a brand new NEMA cell here to go in. Brand new ones. I got quite a stock of these. I bought some up that were going really cheap that do the job. Comes with all the bits and pieces that you need in there. I think I've covered that before, so we'll put that there. And in here we have all the little bits and pieces. This is the cable clamp that clamps the cable in. That goes up on the back of the canopy, so that clamps that there. Obviously, always replace the cork gasket for the photocell, because otherwise you're going to get a leak factor on that. So that's always done. Other little bits and pieces, these are cable holders to hold a cable in. You can re-glue these and poke the cable through. And we've got just various nuts and bolts to bolt all your other bits and pieces on. Now I will, just forgot to tell you, this is one that needs a separate control gear. This isn't one with the gear and the head. Some of them do, but these ones, particularly where these come from. Now my area, they were all remote ballasted there. And of course, finally and not least, but a nice new photocell. Now I do like putting new photocells on. I think a new photocell finishes a lantern off absolutely lovely. And if you can imagine, this sitting on the top there like that, and that just sets that right off. So always a nice new cell, or a second hand one if it's in good condition. So basically that is all there is to the Z9530 street lantern. Some of these points on here, oh, we've got the hook as well. We must got the hook, the suspension hook for the tube. Now I don't know where the one went with this one, because I must have used it on another lantern, but I've got loads of suspension hooks for the lamp for this, so that's not a problem at all. So this is going to be the project that I'm going to put this together in the new year. So I've got another one. I've got a fair few of these in the collection now that I've renovated. Let's see if we've got, just show you the tube, if we've got a tube, yeah, I think we've got a tube handy, yeah, right. And of course, although I'm running down on stocks with these are the 35 watt tubes that go into, well, this is actually a good tube. This is one that I kept out of an old lamp because it's blown, but the end went really light silver, so I quite like this tube. But this is the kind of tube that these have in, so that's just an example there, but I have got ones that do work. But I do tend to keep the old SOX lamps because some of the colours and things they go into after they're spent out in their life. So put that one there out of the way. Okay then, so there you have it. If I just put this around here, put that on there like that, and we'll just give you an example. So that goes on there like that. There we go. One lantern. There you go, one G.E.C lantern. So that's basically what it'll look like. So I should keep updated on this one. Any questions about these, do put it in the comments below and the links below. Love to hear from you as always. Thanks for your questions again in the last few days, especially on the last video drop. Subscribe if you haven't done already. Give it a thumbs up. Loads of views, so let's get the thumbs up in as well, because that's really quite cool, isn't it, really? And if you're playing with electrics, be very careful. If you do so at your own risk. And until next time, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Get that one in quick. And I shall see you on the next video, which will be the new year. So from me at the Happy New Year everyone, and we'll see you in the new year with some more brilliant videos. Until then, it is time to say bye-bye. Bye-bye.